Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2020 general readings. This reading is for August 1st through the 15th, so we're looking at the first half of August. This reading is for the fire sign of Aries, our Rams. Welcome everyone. I hope you all are safe and well and sane in a year and a world where everything is still just constantly changing. Thank you for taking the time to tune in today, for all the support, likes, shares, subscribes, donation. Everything that you've done and continue to do in support of this channel is greatly appreciated by me. Thank you so much. Even if all it is clicking on the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed, taking the time to watch the videos. So this reading is for the fire sign of Aries for the first half of August 2020. That's Aries Sun, Moon, Venus, rising. If you're cross-watching for an Aries, watch all of your signs if you know them, if you can. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, because each one can bring in, bits of insight and clarification and a different perspective into what's going on in your life, because, of course, general readings resonate a little differently for everyone. So the more perspective that you can get, the better, especially if you're in a decision-making process. If any of the readings do resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading or information, you can click on the description link below. You'll see some contact details there, my email address. You can email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I can usually respond with more info within the same day or the first 24 hours. And scheduling is done in a pretty timely fashion too. I do readings full-time, 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedules and my own to get those readings set up in as timely a fashion as possible. So email me if you're interested. Okay, Aries, let's get going on this. First half of August for Aries. I'm using Legacy of the Divine Tarot. I will be clarifying if we need to with the Gilded Tarot Royale. So let's see what's going on for our Rams for the first 2 weeks of August. Okay, Aries, we begin with the Page of Swords, followed by the King of Cups. We have the Two of Cups, followed by the Lovers. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy for the first half of August is the Chariot. Well, gosh, Aries, it looks like you are charging ahead with the Chariot, and with the Two of Cups and the Lovers together, this is, for most of you, most of the Aries that this reading is going to be for, this is mostly a relationship reading. Even if because you're at a crossroads or something, and you're at some kind of crossroads or needing to make a choice, or at a crossroads trying to choose to go one way or the other. It's either about a primary love romance relationship, or the decision or crossroads might be about something else in your life, but it will have a significant, whatever you choose is going to have a significant and profound effect on this primary relationship. And it looks like you're kind of charging ahead with something. You've decided to do something, and once you've decided, in a very Aries style energy, you're going gung-ho. I mean, your overall energy for the first half of August is the Chariot. The Chariot is a card, a pretty good card of success, particularly if it has to do with career. But it's a card that represents moving forward in a very powerful way, because being very ambitious and very driven, very focused on your goals, not losing sight of their goals, and not allowing anything to get in between you and your goal, what you want, what you're driving this Chariot towards, or slow you down. It's a card that represents winning simply because you refuse to give up. Determination, perseverance, fortitude, pulling everything you need together in order to make something move forward in unison and harmony. Very powerful card. It's kind of gangbusters. It's kind of like there's something that you have set your mind on, and once you've set your mind on it, you're off and running. Let's clarify this really quickly. What is that Chariot card about? It feels, Aries, like you have made a decision that you may have been thinking about for quite some time, but once you've made, to go forward with something or not to go forward with something, it feels like you may have taken some time to get to that point, but you've made up your mind, and once you've made up your mind, you're going for it. The Seven of Pentacles is clarifying the Chariot card. This is a card of taking stock, taking inventory, reflection. So Aries, after much contemplation and reflection of how much you have invested in this relationship, you are making a decision to move forward with something based on some time that you've taken to kind of take a look at what you've invested in this relationship. There might be another situation too that you're dealing with, but again, the effects of your decision is going to impact your primary relationship. So it looks like you've spent some time, kind of thinking about this, looking at what you have invested in it, and making a decision whether to move forward on something and move forward very quickly. And you have, after, regardless of how long it took you to get to this point, it looks like you are getting to this point. So we have the Page of Swords and the King of Cups. So Aries, it's interesting because I feel like both of these cards, Aries, are your energy. And they're kind of different in their level of maturity and ability to communicate. Because the Page of Swords, pages are always just starting out. They're youth, apprentice, student. They're learning and they're in the process of trying to figure out how what they've learned and what they're learning, how they can put it into practical application in their life. So, and they can be messages and messengers. So the Page of Swords can sometimes signify learning something, giving messages and learning something, and being kind of at the beginning of trying to make a decision, perhaps about your own ethics, your honor, and in your integrity, and expressing that. I'm kind of getting this sense of you stumbling over your words or something, Aries, because Swords is governed by the element of air, and this suit is all about words and ideas and how we communicate those. And the highest ideals, of course, are truth and honor and justice and integrity, So the Page of Swords can sometimes also represent being in a position where you feel like it's a matter of your honor and integrity to speak up to in a situation. It can represent feeling like you're in a situation where you might be feeling pulled in two ways. Do I speak? Do I not speak? If so, how do I do this? And it's about being full of ideas on how to do that. Now, what's underneath the Page of Swords is the King of Cups, someone who's, older, he's gone through, he's more mature, more evolved. This is the King of Cups, which is water, which is feelings and emotions. So this is somebody who's very emotionally stable, balanced. He might be a bit of an emotional hard read because he's so good at balancing and controlling his emotions, and he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve, even though he is, in fact, he can be rather quiet about his own emotions, although he is someone who is a good source of support, comfort, feedback, confidence. For some of you it might be somebody else, a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that is significant in your life, but this is somebody who is really very much on top of his feelings. I feel, Aries, I feel like you've made a decision after some period of reflection and contemplation to share your feelings about something in a way that you may not be accustomed to do or may not be comfortable with doing, but you feel like it's kind of a now or never kind of time to do this, which is kind of interesting. Because you're very controlled about your feelings. You know exactly what your feelings are. You're very controlled about your feelings, but you may not be used to verbally expressing them or kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve because that just may not be your personality type. And the Page of Swords is kind of tripping over his own words in his effort and purpose and intention and zeal to get those feelings out. So I feel a conversation is kind of coming up for you guys here with your partner or within a partner or a relationship of some kind. Because next we have the Two of Cups and the Lovers. So, I mean, definitely partnership cards. I mean, for some of you, this might be like a best friendship. It might be, I mean, it represents partnership, so technically it could be work or career, but really, I mean, this is most likely for those Aries whom I'm reading for, love and romance. The Two of Cups, kindred spirits, best friends, somebody that you feel just knows you, you know them, you're really well connected. The Lovers, very similar deal, very twin flamish, passion, desire, heat, romance, maybe sometimes a bit on the tumultuous side. With those intense feelings and with that intense commitment can also come, some ups and downs. I also feel like some of you may be involved with another fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and maybe the two of you are very strong-willed people. But this is great energy for a partnership. It represents a level of connection and a really deep, intense commitment too. Let's clarify some of this. Let's clarify this Page of Swords, because I feel like this Page of Swords, which is you in the first week or so of August, Aries, is you're doing something which you may not be used to or comfortable with doing, which is trying to express these deep feelings that you normally, don't, because you've decided that you need to. It looks like what you may have been considering is bumping a relationship or a partnership up to a next level. The card that just jumped out for clarifying was the Happy Home, Ten of Cups card. Marriage, blessings. You may be in the process, maybe there's been some issues and your partner's wanted to move to another level and you haven't, or vice versa. And maybe now you're like, I need to do this, or maybe we're not going to last if we don't, continue to grow and move forward. And now all these feelings, which you may not have been very good at expressing, you've decided that, you've taken a look at what you have invested in this relationship and it's worth moving forward. And so you're going to try and kind of get that all out and express your feelings maybe in a more clear sort of way, which is what I feel that Page of Swords is kind of doing. Let's see what the energy behind that Page of Swords is. Feelings. The Ace of Swords, the Epiphany. The Ace of Swords comes in and it reveals something. It illuminates and clarifies. It's kind of like the epiphany or the light bulb going off on your head. So it looks like, Aries, you've had some kind of awakening, epiphany, realization that's kind of come in. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. Yeah, there's some epiphany. And because of that, for some of you, it's kind of, I feel like this is a relationship you've been in for quite some time, Aries, a partnership you've been in for quite some time. And I feel like one of you, whether it's you or whether it's your partner, has been wanting to take the relationship has been stuck, and one of you has been wanting to take the relationship in another direction or to the next level, moving in, getting engaged, getting married, I don't know, something of that sort, a deeper level of commitment. And the other one hasn't been on board with that. It may have been you. And I feel like maybe that's had resulted in some negative consequences. And based on your kind of observation and learning and watching and thinking about how much you have invested in this relationship, partnership, you've made, and also I think for some of you it's based on the fact that you feel it's become clear to you that if you don't take this next step, that this relationship or partnership is not going to make it. So you're deciding to. It feels like leveling up, like something's been made clear to you or is going to be made clear to you, and you're going to move forward with this relationship and make that decision, because it's that Two of Cups, and the Lovers is about being at a crossroads in a partnership. So let's clarify this Two of Cups. Kindred spirits, best friends, soulmates. So let's just see what the energy is behind this. I feel like there's really a lot of emotion and love and passion between the two of you. We have the Lovers, again, the Lovers twice, so we have two Lovers here. But we're clarifying the kindred spirit, best friend, soulmate card. So we have the Lovers and the Six of Cups, the card of the past. This is someone that you feel, Aries, is either your soulmate, your person from a past life, your forever after, your home, your family. This person is like, this is the person for you. Nobody knows you like this person. You have never felt the way that you feel about this person with anybody else. This person is like your person. And you feel like it's destiny. It's fated almost. Let's clarify the Lovers. What is this crossroads about? This choice, or this crossroads about? Wow. This is a pretty profound relationship, Aries. The Four of Wands. So we're clarifying the Lovers, which often represents a choice or a crossroads in a partnership. And we have the Four of Wands, one of the happy homes, celebratory energies, also one of the wedding and marriage cards. So has it been that you're considering marriage? That's what the crossroads is. Or the next level, whatever the next level. This is like the happy home, stable home. Everything is sheltering in it, in place, stability. Again, it's one of the marriage and wedding cards. So that's been the crossroads which it's at. So it looks like, so yeah, just to recap really quick, if you need it, bear with me if you don't. It looks like, Aries, that this partnership, this relationship, you've been in for quite some time. And I think one of you, I think for a lot of you, it's been the other person, your partner, perhaps has been wanting to take things to another level, to have a relationship that has the kind of emotional and perhaps legal commitment that gives it that stability, marriage, all of that kind of stuff, the white picket fence, whatever that means for you. But perhaps you haven't been quite ready, or you've been stuck, or maybe you've had some bad experiences in the past and you're like, why do we need this? Why do we have to go there? Perhaps there's been some problems, some struggles. That's kind of implied here, and I'm also feeling that. And because of that, there's been some kind of epiphany or revealing where it's been made startlingly clear to you that this crossroads, you either need to move forward with this relationship in order to inject some new life in it and for it to continue, or not, and have the relationship fall away, because that's where I feel like most of you have been and are at this time. It looks like you've been taking stock, taking inventory, looking at the relationship, the other person, yourself, how much you have invested, how much the other person has invested. Should I not? Should I do this? Should I do that? And it feels like for many of you that you're just you're gonna go. You're gonna charge forward and move forward and take the risk and do this and move into a much deeper level and more intense level of commitment and perhaps responsibility, perhaps legally, because this person is like, this person is your person. Look at these cards. You have like past loves, past lives. This is it. This is like, you don't think you'll ever even get close to having this kind of relationship with anybody else as you do with this person. So let's do, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful energy. Let's just pull one or two last cards to see what the final outcome or advice, if you haven't made the decision yet, is for Aries. Beautiful. This feels, Aries, like one of those relationships, and I feel like for a lot of you, this relationship has been struggling for a while. One of you wants to go this way, and one of you wants to stay put. But there's a real deep love and connection maybe because of that, there's been a lot of conflict and up and down times, but I mean, I don't doubt the love and the commitment and the intensity of it here between the two of you. Outcome and or advice. The World, completing one portion of the journey, closing a chapter successfully, and then moving into the next phase, preparing for the next level. What's behind it? The Happy Home card again. I think we've had this. I think it popped out while I was shuffling too. Another card that represents marriages, childbirth, blessings, home and family, and being at that place where you feel everything's finally come together. So it looks like the relationship itself is kind of leveling up. You may have taken your time and kind of deciding about this, but it looks like the majority of you are moving forward. And if you have not yet made that decision, Spirit is encouraging you to do just that. Free will, free agency, you can choose whatever you want, but for the majority of you, this is kind of what it looks like. So Aries, that is your reading for the first half of August. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a lovely, beautiful reading. So again, if you'd like to take a deeper look at something, if this resonated with you, just click on the description link below. Email me directly at maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the August mid-month readings. Until then, stay safe, stay well. I wish you much love and blessings, and I hope to see you again here soon. Bye-bye.